it's a really good point. And it's interesting when a government says that, hey, we do need to have, we're going to push you as large organizations to provide this common prosperity. And, it's like minimum wage, minimum working conditions, environmental regulation, all that kind of stuff. There's a famous economist called Karl Polanyi that talked about this years and years ago, which was that if you don't regulate, you're going to have this environmental degradation, social degradation. In fact, then industries will step in and start to self-regulate because they'll see this wave of resentment coming from people. And it's interesting that the question is, how far do we have to go down that line before that regulation, the self-regulation happens? And as crypto as an industry, there's this opportunity to take hold of this early, because there is so much money and we can do it. And we don't have to, we can do it ourselves. We don't have to wait for governments.
Absolutely. And if I may say, Adam, it's not just about the money. Look at what we are chatting together. Look at your background. Look at Simon and all these. This is an industry which has been fueled by a lot of brilliant minds, right? So there is no dearth of talent if it really chooses to develop solutions. From a crypto standpoint, we've seen all those challenges being worked on, whether it is scalability, tier 2 solutions, off-chain, side chains, reducing costs. So if we can solve for those challenges within this circular economy, we need to figure out a way to use the power of all these great minds. It's not just about the money and the investors. There are a lot of brilliant people like you who are working in this ecosystem with a lot of passion. And really, if I were to see it, maybe it's a bit of an exaggeration, but in some little way for us, it is a renaissance moment for humanity as such. And all of us, all you guys who are really doing this great work are the renaissance men of this era. So we don't really now need to wait for somebody else to do it. It's up to us to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I love that, a renaissance, because it's interesting when you say that, because you brought up the metaverse, circular economy, impact, inclusion, and the real world physicality of it. This is not something where a single domain expertise really works. We kind of have to work in a renaissance environment to make this happen. And it is like the Renaissance in Italy. That's where we saw the great works of art be created, because there were times of change and requirements, and it wasn't just science, it was art as well. And that's where NFTs are so interesting, that there's this whole artistic component here.